I've just been inside the house, just practicing and stuff,
Oo.
sleeping whenever I can, and yeah, just trying to keep myself productive while in quarantine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, si ano, uy, birthday na raw ni Kobie.
Oh, oh nga, in 2 weeks, father. 2 weeks na.
So,
I
anong
think it's gonna be a
October 12th?
Tuesday. October 12th on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how will we
Very.
celebrate?
How will we celebrate? Um, I'm gonna. Wala, I'll tell you my plan later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you my plan later. But I think I'm just gonna celebrate at home now with
With your mom.
a friend.
A friend.
Not a friend, no.
Uh, not with friends.
With one friend. Not
Okay.
not yeah.
I know
Alam
who
ko
that friend is. Alam ko
alam
kung
ko
sino
na
yun.
kung sino.
Si James Reed.
Si James Reed. Oo nga, father. Si James. Who's the
Saan
someone just
nagpunta si
entered?
Chico?
Hindi ko alam, father. I think mahina yung wifi niya.
Yeah. So we're waiting for our special guest, di ba?
Yes, our special guest, Kuya Robi and Ate
Alyanna.
Alyanna.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah. Kamusta si
Oh,
ano?
there
Kamusta?
she's actually there right now.
Oh, Alyanna. Yeah,
Yeah,
Alyanna's here. Come on, Alyanna. Come on up. Come and join us.
come up. Oh, hi. We'll just plug in my setup.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, we missed you at the meeting last Friday. We had a good meeting.
There, I didn't see. There was a meet. Who was part? It was Chico part.
Yeah, remember that that youth group, that youth movement?
Oh my gosh, I didn't see. Hindi ko nakita. It
Okay.
wasn't on this phone kasi. When's the next meeting, Father?
This I'm sure this coming week. This week
This
meron
week.
sigurado.
Okay, I'll be
Kami
at
na
the
po.
next
Yan,
meeting.
yan yung tama. Remark Badillo, kami na po.
I'll be in the next meeting, Father.
Okay, okay. And
Yeah.
then the moment we're ready, we're gonna have a big parang a big Zoom meet with everybody
Okay.
who wants to join. Yeah.
That sounds good. Where's Chico?
Alana, come and join us. You can stay under time. So I said no, I'm gonna get kicked out. Sabi ko ganun.
Are they, would you ever guess though if they asked you to guest like in the next season, Father? Would you?
It depends. It depends.
Yeah.
Kasi if it's related to my being a priest or a teacher, of course I'll say yes, di ba?
Okay.
But if it's not, no, no, no thanks. If it's just
Paano not? Like magda-daily task din si Fads.
because sometimes there are special guests, di ba, to teach the housemates this or
Yes.
that, di ba?
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's related to that, then fine. Of course, because every time I bless the house.
Yeah.
Every
Every
time,
season.
every season after they fix it up, I bless the house every season. As in, I go all around, all over the house.
Father, may
Mm.
tanong ako.
Hmm.
May multo dyan sa...
Well, okay, while we're waiting for the others, no, let's kwentuhan muna tayo.
Sige,
You know,
Fads.
before we have this show, Why Speak. I don't know if you're
Mm.
familiar with that.
Speak.
Hindi ka ba siguro pinapanganak, Kobie? Why
Yeah.
Yung
Speak?
pinag-uusapan niyo po nun, 'di ba, Fads, nung meeting?
Oh, yeah. Baby pa kayo,
Why
no? Baby
speak?
pa, baby, no? Pero, uh, one time we had a guest there. He was what's his first name? Jimmy Licauco ata. Basta
Mm.
he can see spirits, no? Hi, Ate Marge. And then, so we were there in the studio. So we asked him, dito ba may spirit? Then he paused. Then he looked. Meron daw. Because apparently, and this is the scientific explanation,
Mm.
electronics attract spirits. Kasi parang may ganun eh. Parang may electric field, di ba? Like computers.
Really?
Daming,
Computers.
Oh my
daming
God.
electronics dito,
I'm right
Father.
in front of my computer,
But
my
no,
God.
most especially yung mga satellite discs, yung mga malalaking equipment, the high
Opo.
tension wires. Yung mga, syempre yun, big time talaga yun, di ba?
How come it attracts
Because
spirits?
supposedly parang si Piper, marami raw electronics.
Is it like a way for them to communicate with
Yeah,
the
I guess, di
yeah
ba? Because they're energy. Siguro it's an energy
yeah
thing.
yeah
That attracts them.
Oo, yeah, yeah. So
Oh.
that's what I think is that's the connection, di ba? And I think there's some truth to that, no? I think there's
Wow.
some but at the end of the day, the world is full of spirits, di ba? But
have
you
you
just
seen any spirits, Father?
not really, not really.
Like
Thank God,
physical form, not yet.
not yet. But sometimes I can feel. Sometimes I can feel it.
Hmm.
Like there's a presence,
There's a
no?
presence, yes, yeah.
Ba't kala ko
Uh,
tumingin si Fads?
no,
kala ko,
that's different.
kala ko may presence.
Kumuha ako ng alcohol. Si Toby daw, just a few days ago. Toby, what? You saw or you felt it? You felt it. Nakita mo o naramdaman mo? Hi,
Felt.
Sherry. Felt. Yeah, felt.
I felt
Yeah.
my mom.
Yeah, yeah.
Kinuwento
Sometimes
niya nga yun
we,
sa
we
akin.
feel that. Yeah.
Me too. I am feeling it now.
Now?
Grabe naman.
right? Right now? Uy.
I'll tell you a story. Dapat ano to, pang Halloween episode natin to.
Mag-October
Oh,
naman na
yes,
Fads
please.
eh.
One time, okay, habang wala pa si Robi. One time, before when I was principal of Ateneo, I used
Yeah.
to go to work at 3 or 4 in the morning. I go to my office. It's in the same campus, Ateneo. So I went, siguro it's around 3:30 in the morning. So when I opened the door to my office, parang there's a parang reception area in my office. So I opened the door, I unlocked it, I entered. And then all of a sudden, the buzzer sounded, the one that I would use to call the secretary. So
Yeah.
the button is inside my office. So syempre, oh my God, what was that, di ba?
Hala.
But what I did was, I just went to my inside. I got holy water. Then I put on a stool and then I said, okay, whoever you are, I'm going to pray for you. Uh, please rest. I'm praying for you. So I went around. I blessed the whole office, praying, eternal rest upon your servants, O Lord, etc., etc. So I prayed for them. Wala na. And then 2 weeks, and then there was this, there was, right, can you pray for them? Then um, a few days later, I asked one of the questors to visit my office. And then she said, Charmaine is the name of that questor. No? And she used to have a show in Teleradio. And then
Yeah.
Charmaine said, sabi niya, Father, it's your student was asking for your prayers. Sabi ko,
Oh.
my student asking for my prayers. So I said, yes, yeah, I'll pray for him, etc. And then 2 weeks after the incident, and then mga week and a half after Charmaine, there was a parent of my former student of Ateneo, not my student, kasi he was much older. Hindi pa ako principal noon. Came to me and asked me to help him reopen the case of his son, who was our student in the Ateneo High School. His son, sabi, nag-suicide daw, but he suspects there was foul play. So he
Yeah.
wanted me to help reopen the investigation. So sabi ko,
Oh.
okay, it was that student asking for my prayers, diba?
I
So,
see.
Grabe.
and you see the connection, diba? You see the
Yeah.
connection.
Yeah. Yung kung,
That's why for
kung paano
me,
siya nagparamdam.
not all presence is parang nakakatakot, diba?
Yeah.
But it's not, spirits are around us, diba? So they're good spirits, but diba? Sometimes there's a purpose why they want you to feel something, diba? So
Yes.
Opo.
it's interesting, no? And then one time,
Very.
not naman na paramdam, but one time I dreamt of my best friend who died 17 years ago. He died in 2004. Um,
Mm.
so I dreamt about him, no? Very positive and everything, and then talagang very vivid yung dream. And then I woke up. Then I realized the reason why I dreamt about him was it was his birthday.
Oh
So
my.
yeah, but Tovia, they're good spirits actually. No, you feel that. Oh. Um,
There's a
Kasi
difference.
the
Yeah.
bad spirit is very strong also.
I remember the one of my I think I told you, father,
Oo.
about my grandfather where I
Yeah.
saw him in my room.
Ano,
Really?
that one you
Like,
didn't. That one you didn't. Yeah.
I think I thought there's this one where I think because we have a room over there where my grandfather was getting like treated and everything.
Mhm.
So he'd always stay there. And then I think this is when I just moved back to the Philippines. And then I was sleeping, and then there's like a corner in the room. I wake up one night and I just see him standing there and like looking at me. It wasn't a dream. It was real. He was there, and he's like 6 foot tall. And then he
Oh.
was wearing like this red shirt, father. This is like his favorite red polo shirt. He's wearing like these khaki pants. Then he said to me,
This is your lolo mommy or
my
lolo dad? Your mommy.
on my mom's side.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tiny. Your lolo
Tiny,
Tiny.
yeah. Tiny literal po.
Yeah.
Then he said to me, Kobie, come visit me and everything. I think it was like near his death anniversary or one of his like a death anniversary or something.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
we visited him the next day,
yeah.
and I never saw him after that. Like I never saw anything, but that was it was scary, but like really great to see him again. Like looking healthy, because whenever I see him, he'd always be in like a hospital bed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they wanted you. There's that question, yeah, no, there's that question of Benny. Is it true that you're never old in heaven? You look your best. That's what some people say, di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked really when I saw him, he looked like he was young and healthy again. You know what I mean? And I've never seen him like that before.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
You
yeah,
were able to see him like
I
that.
saw it. Yeah.
Wow.
Ang
yeah.
cool.
So how did it feel like, seeing him in a way that you've never seen him before?
I think yeah, like I said, it was takot ako. Kasi it's like he's right there and he's so tall and he's just in the corner of my room. Pero I was like, wow. Like, what's up, Chico?
Hi
Ayan,
guys, hi father. Oh my
Hi.
god, internet is
Yeah.
so bad. I had to run outside
That's
to check the
okay.
internet again. And hi Alyanna, hi father
Hi,
again.
hi Chico.
We're
What's up,
talking
Yeah.
about
family?
spirits of our loved ones.
Oh, father,
Yeah.
really? Oh
But
my.
yeah,
Okay.
it was good to see him like that, looking healthy
Yeah, and
and
you, di ba,
everything, and what he said to me.
you felt happy, no?
Yeah, it was like it was a very good presence, father. Very
No.
good presence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could feel it naman eh. You could
Yeah.
feel it. Yeah? Di ba, as they say in Tagalog, yung kikibutan,
Yeah.
you get goosebumps. That's what you mean by
Oh, yeah.
kinalubutan ako.
Naalala.
Yeah.
Get goosebumps, di ba?
Opo.
Bakit lahat na lang ng gwapo kay Kobie, no?
Ba't hindi kay father? Ba't hindi kay father?
Hindi ako, okay na ako. Si Chico na lang. O, si user
I can't
8817,
see the chat
yung
kasi
nanay niya
father.
nagparamdam sa kanya, oh.
Ikaw, Chico, my ghost story.
Yeah.
Naging Halloween episode to, ah.
Oh, father.
O, sige, last story kay Chico and then we'll talk about ano na.
Ay, nalag siya.
Naglag. Hello?
Lag.
Chico.
Nag-freeze.
Alyanna, alam mo ba yung pag-lag, ano yan? That's not,
Anong sign yan, Fads?
no,
What's
that's against the law.
Huh?
It's illegal
Ay,
lagging.
kala ko yung app na naman. Alam na
Father,
nila yung app, Fads.
I'm not sure kung nasabi ko na sa kanila.
Ano? Wait. Hindi ko
Kobie.
naintindihan.
Kobie, pag
Yeah.
nag-crash ang app, anong mangyayari?
What do? You leave if your app crashes,
Pag
then
nag-crash ang app, ano
Yeah,
na
what
mangyayari?
happens?
you just leave. You leave the call, right? Or you
Hindi.
leave.
Pag nag-crash ang app, hindi na siya app, down na siya.
Pala si father.
So Super! Every episode we have, he always has a joke. Kasi ngayon may
Uh,
nadala mo dito yung lag. Fads!
Yung lag, di ba? Wala, yan ang
fa-
joke ko next week sa kumustahan.
Father, you should start doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, you should release a book, Fads.
Yeah.
Na, I have
Uh,
one of your books here, Fads. So, dapat may bago. Dapat ano,
spiritual
Tito
jokes.
jokes. Yes, spiritual jokes.
Spiritual jokes. Ano nangyari kay Chico?
Yung connection niyo po ata parang sabi niya rin kanina na he was having a hard time connecting before he
Yeah.
entered. Yeah.
Ay, naku. At least, Father, I'm not lagging today.
Yeah, you're good today. You're good
Yeah, I'm
today.
good today.
You're very good
I
today.
usually have to connect my LTE.
Kadalasan si Kobie yung ano. Ayan,
Kumakapit.
okay, Chico should be back. Okay, let's begin our conversation, okay?
All
We're
right.
still talking about the coming elections and registration.
Yes.
Okay.
Opo.
So, why is it important? Why is the youth vote important? So, Kobie, you can begin to talk with Alyanna.
Why is the youth vote important? Para sa akin po, it's... I actually... I was like... I went out the other day and I saw this ad, actually. I think it was Kuya Ding Dong sa EDSA. And then it's like, your vote could be the tiebreaker or something like that. So, I feel like it's very important because, um we want a government that are gonna be fair to its people, you know what I mean? Um so people that are gonna look after its country, and it's
Mm-hmm.
where the youth are the future, so we have to we have to make a change in this country. It's not nothing's perfect at the moment, but we have the chance to try and change all of that. And I think it's very important if we encourage our youth to vote, not just our youth but everyone, because every
Yes.
vote matters. Um for me, and yeah, I don't think you should just vote like that as well. Before you vote, don't just take it off opinions of other people, but study your study your candidates, check out what their advocacies are, what they stand for, everything like that. That's the most important thing before you vote for anyone. And for me, I'm a first time voter, but
Same, yeah.
yeah, you're a first time voter then.
Yes, it's gonna be
You
my
just
first time voting
yeah.
this coming
But
national elections.
I'm very excited, and I hope that we get the right people in office. Well, we
Yeah,
can
that's
get the
good.
right
Yeah.
people who can make a change.
You know
Yeah.
what my real dream is with this Kami na po movement, the youth movement? It's just for the youth to come together. Again, I just want to repeat and repeat and repeat this so that people will understand, diba, what the youth movement we want, diba, Alyanna and Kobie.
Yes, Fads.
That I want the youth to be able to define these are the important issues for us. Diba? Education, diba? Secure jobs for the future, etc., etc. But what are the youth issues that the leaders must consider and work for? Diba? That's my dream, for the youth to say this is what matters to us and for the future of the country. Hi, Father Father
Hi
Roel
po.
Yara. He's in Australia. His greetings. Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Good
Father
afternoon
Ruel.
po,
Hi,
Father
Father.
Ruel.
Nancy Piper, first time voter din. Yeah.
Yes, same.
Let me say this to the youth. Ano? I think it doesn't really matter who you're supporting. Okay, for me, let me say that. But it's important, it does matter that you talk to each other and listen to each other. For me,
Yeah.
that's very important. No?
Mm-hmm.
Kasi, this morning, Kobe, we were talking about the cancel culture.
Yeah.
Diba? That's really something very toxic.
Yes.
What do you think about that, Father?
I think it's I look, si Jovi saying that my friends are lining up for 8 to 10 hours just to register.
Grabe.
Yeah.
God bless your friends, Jovi. God bless them talaga. Diba?
It's
Um,
quite a
yeah, and I hope it
challenge.
gets extended. But even though there's a possibility. I think we need to register already, diba?
Yes,
So
as soon
anyway,
as possible.
yeah, what was I saying? I forgot. ah,
About cancel
Cancer
culture.
culture.
Yeah.
The sad thing about it is uh, it started as a positive movement, the cancel culture thing with the
Yeah.
Me Too movement, di ba?
Yes.
Remember in 2017. But eventually, naging very negative eh. It
Yeah.
became a tool to attack other people, di ba?
Yeah.
So, so that's something that is it became very toxic, di ba? Parang hindi na
Yeah.
tama, di ba? Maybe that's the best way to put it. Hindi na
Tot-
siya tama, di ba? So,
Totoo
I
yun,
think
fads.
I've been seeing a lot on Twitter. I mean, since before, a lot of people getting canceled. I mean, some for. I mean, I've seen some that you know might be like not okay, but of course, naman they haven't done the right thing. But for some people, it's just like I feel like they just want to attack that person, and it makes me really it just makes me really sad to see because everyone's not perfect, no one. You know what I mean?
yeah.
People do make mistakes, but I don't think people just really go in on other people and maybe get too affected sometimes. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it reaches to a point where it's unreasonable.
Yeah.
And I think that's how, cancel culture has negatively adapted. It has adapted into ways that, shouldn't
Mm.
be, because it started like what Fad said. It started with a good movement, but
Yeah.
as more people got to know about it, they started applying it on things that weren't necessarily it didn't need that kind of
Yeah.
action. And it, it ended up being very toxic for a lot of people, because like what we talked about earlier in Kumustan is that cancel culture was able to, because of the negative and toxic effects of cancel culture, it was able to create this fear for people. So because there's
Yeah.
cancel culture, a lot of people have been holding back from speaking their minds because they're being afraid of being canceled.
Yeah.
And I think that shouldn't be the point, because
Uh,
even though we have differing opinions, we should learn how to respectfully listen to each other. And should we correct um wrong opinions or differing opinions, then we should do it by educating rather than just canceling
Yeah.
and bashing other people.
yeah. Yeah.
Because
And
I feel like you don't end up fully learning your lesson
correct.
after that.
Kasi
Yeah.
after a while you get scared, di ba? It's
Yeah.
fear that takes over. So
Yeah, and it's a
that's
sad
the
thing
sad
to
part.
look at, very much. Kasi imbes na people, people can express or people can ask to learn. Hi po!
Hi, Kuya Robbie.
Hey, sorry.
Hi, Robbie. Oh,
I opened
cancel
up.
natin si Robbie.
Yes.
Rob,
You
Naku,
talked about
fans!
cancel culture. That's why I'm
we're
here.
talking about cancel culture. Yeah. Hindi,
Sorry, I
hindi,
was so
Robbie, meron joke bago ka mag-umpisa.
Ayun na, ayun na.
okay. What is it?
Kaya, Digimanda raw ni...
Akala ko, akala ko, fans, I'm the joke already. Kaya
Hindi.
we're past that
Digimanda raw
one.
ni Chico yung kanyang provider ng wifi. Alam mo kung bakit? So, anong
Bakit po?
charges? Illegal logging.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise.
Naku, fans! Fans, yung up talaga. Favorite ko yung up eh.
Up.
Alam mo na ba yung app, Robbie?
Of course, fans.
Narinig mo
I
yun?
got to listen to that one during our meeting.
Ay, oo nga po
Pala,
pala.
yung nag-pause si Robbie, he was reflecting kung anong reaction niya.
Yeah, dapat favorable. Tapos naglaro na ako ng red light, green light after that, fans, kasi parang na-stress ako.
Oh, Rob, let's
But hey!
go. Kasi pinag-uusapan na. Oh, you should really watch ang galing Robbie ng discussion sa Journeys of Hope ni Dr. Claudio at ni Carlos Santiago. Ang galing. You should I'll forward the links to you later. You watch it.
Okay, definitely
So
fans.
we're talking about still the importance of the youth vote in these elections. That's why and then there are comments here of people lining up for 8 to 10 hours, mga youth, just to register.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
hopefully it becomes sana this becomes a real renewal, di ba, for the country. That's my dream, really. Becomes a
And
moment of,
also, sana ma-extend fads yung registration. Kasi I think there are officials and some authorities have been saying na napasa na into parang second reading or something.
hmm,
And then hopefully by tomorrow or by Tuesday, ma-extend ng another month. Because
yeah,
people, they have seen the situation right now. People would want to register. Ang problema, limited slots lang.
Yes, very limited.
yeah,
And then, I think this should be a lesson na to all of the Filipinos, especially the youth watching, na it's okay to to have these certain moments, pero sana matuto tayo, huwag na tayong maging crammers. Kasi yun yung isang paalala rin ng COVELEC eh. They have
whole
released
year.
statements a whole year. Hindi lang whole year, hindi lang last year, fads. Tagal na. And sana matuto tayo na wag na sa last minute. Dapat you should know your responsibilities as a citizen as well.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so true. Wow.
Mhm.
Di ba?
No,
Talagang ano yan. No, but really, but we still, no, we're still very happy that sana hindi mawala yung interest, di ba?
Yeah.
Sana tuloy-tuloy yung involvement, di ba, na they will really continue to be involved, di ba, to be informed. Di ba, Robbie, ang lagi kong sinasabi nga, di ba, na um, it doesn't matter who you're supporting. Importante mag-usap at makinig sa isa't isa. Di ba, let's put that up front, di ba? Doesn't matter who you're supporting, but I hope you young people will talk and will listen to each other, di ba?
I
Kasi
had the opportunity last night, fads,
mm,
to get to talk to Tito Boy Abunda. And
yeah,
he is for home activism,
mm,
which it's a movement na he's trying to create na pag-usapan nyo, have a healthy discourse sa loob ng tahanan ninyo. Mag-usap
Oh.
tayo, tao sa tao. And what he did was he informed all of the people inside their house, yung mga house help niya, saka yung staff niya, at sinabi niya, sino bang iboboto mo? And then he had different answers. One, I have to say this one. One was Bongbong, one was Lenny. And that was the point of home activism, to really get to talk to people and know their reasons without judging them completely. Of course, we got our own prejudgments and you
yeah,
got your own
yeah,
biases.
Yes.
But what is important is you have to respect. I think yun yung pinaka-importante. You have to respect and listen attentively.
yeah.
yes.
Kailangan yun eh. Kailangan yun eh. Kasi, the other point din, ang ganda rin nung point doon sa Journeys of Hope this weekend, si Carlos Santiago. Ang sinabi naman niya, because of this lockdown, he was telling the parents kanina, sabi niya, parents, influence your children kasi kayo yung barkada ngayon ng mga anak ninyo eh. Like his son, who is a first-time voter, registered kasi nag-uusap sila. And then sinabi na niya sa anak niya na, you know, the youth vote is important for me. And then they started to talk why it was important for him. So yung anak niya said, sige dad, I'm gonna do this because I know it's important for you. And now I understand why. So di ba yung ganun din, di ba? It's a good way to also hindi, ano lang, talagang I think there's so much we can do even while we're at home, di ba? So
Friends, I
yeah.
have a question lang. Kasi lalo-lalo na sa youth ngayon who is into social media, with all of the voices, with all of the noise. Can you tell us what is the effective way on how to listen properly? Can you give us that clear process kung paano nga ba makinig ng tama?
Um, like I think for me is sit down and just listen, kasi minsan we're so clouded with our, parang yung walang emotion, Robbie, yung parang you sit down, you with the person, and then parang, I mean, yeah, you know your facts, your nagbasa ka din sa mga bias mo, and then you listen. That's it. Just listen, and then let that person finish. Kasi minsan, like, we sit down and then we're like, parang we disagree with yung parang may isa lang na disagreement, parang
Mhm.
you're gonna interrupt. Oh, you know what? Because of this, no. Like, I think you should let the person finish. And I think, for me, this is for me. I absorb it. I absorb it. Like, I listen all the way up. Put the phones away, everything, and we just sit down and then talk,
Mhm.
and then ito yung what you're saying, and then I just listen, and then I absorb it,
Mhm.
and then if he's done, he or she's done, I'm like, oh, about this side, you want to talk about my side, and then we start to collaborate, parang ganun.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I listen talaga, Robbie. How about you, Alyanna and Kobie?
Well, for me, I think sobrang importante to in order to properly listen is you have to understand. Hindi mo lang babasahin yung opinion niya, yung words, hindi mo lang papakinggan yung sasabihin, iintindihin. I think sobrang importante nito and madalas nakakalimutan natin na to understand what someone is trying to say. And kung salungat man to sa what you believe in, then instead of, just replying to bash, you reply to educate as well. Sobrang, I think that those are important points now we can consider in order to really properly listen. Kasi if we listen at naintindihan natin, so tinitingnan talaga natin at a deeper level, hindi lang kung ano yung mismong words na sinabi or words na pinost ang nakikita natin.
Yes.
Kasi by understanding, we really go through every detail na kung ano nga ba yung sinabi. And I think that's a way that we can properly listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Kobe.
I think be open to other opinions. No, don't judge that person by what he's saying. Try to meet in the middle, maybe. And if you have any thoughts of, or if you don't think anything's right about what that person's saying, try to educate that person, and
Mhm.
maybe you'll both learn something out of it. Maybe what you think is not right, but sorry, I'm confused. Maybe what you think is maybe what you think is right is not right to him. So maybe just try and meet in the middle.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
How about you, Robbie? How do you parang how do you apply it?
No, ako, niisip ko, it's as much as you want to be objective, you got your own biases, you got your own opinions.
Yeah.
And what we need right now is a good platform. Well, not just a good platform, but it should be applied uh, into our daily lives right now. It should be part of our lifestyle na to listen attentively. Kasi it breaks my heart to hear people na kapag hindi sang-ayon doon sa truth mo or sa facts mo, hindi yan parte ng mundo ko. At yun yung nagagawa ngayon ng iba't ibang mga medium natin na kung hindi ako masaya doon sa sinabi mo, okay lang dahil may grupo naman akong pwedeng puntahan at sila yung mag-accept ng truth ko. Even if it's not credible, no? So, I think we should bring back that respect when it comes to talking. Proper line of communication. And yun eh, yun yung importante. You should have a healthy discourse and convince me. You should convince me, not fight me, not cancel me.
Yeah.
And then let me process it and evaluate
Yeah,
deeper.
yeah.
Yes.
Ako nga, Rob, meron akong dagdag diyan eh. More and more. Um, ako, I think, more than, not naman more than, because at the end of the day, siguro not so much convince, Rob, but help me make a better decision. Di ba? And convince me in the sense that let me realize the values behind people's stands and aspirations. 'Di ba? Kasi posible naman, Rob, 'di ba? And of course ito, I've always believed in this ever since I came across it back in the 1990s, 1980s. Uh
Count
that
me in.
that 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 classic
90s.
book, the classic book in it's a business book actually. Ewan ko kung hanggang ngayon, but it used to be required reading in any business course. Yung Getting to Yes, The Art of Negotiating. Sabi niya kasi doon sa book, the problem with negotiating very often is pumapasok ka sa usapan, ano na, matigas na yung mga stand ninyo. Ako pula, ikaw puti. Okay? So hindi kayo magkakasundo. Sabi niya, ang importante, mag-usap kayo on the level of values. Ano ba yung pinagpapahalagahan mo? What is it that you value? Maybe to talk on that level, yung values. Kasi sabi niya, doon pwede kayong magkasundo. Eh. Hindi sa mga stand. Ako, I am for red, I am for white. Di ba? What are the values behind your being for red or being for white? Di ba? So, I think that's a good point then, di ba? Na sabi mo nga, di ba, convince me. I think one effective way is let's talk about values, di ba? Ano ba yung pinagpapahalagahan natin lahat? Di ba ako, halimbawa ako, kahit wala akong mga anak, pinagpapahalagahan ko yung future ng education, di ba? Because for me, that's one of the main ways out of poverty, di ba? And to create if you kasi sa akin, Rob, ano eh, if you want to create a good country, we must take care of our youth, di ba? It's really the youth ang future ng bansa eh, di ba? So siguro, can we talk on the level of values, di ba? And let's try siguro yung part of the convincing, Rob, is ano eh, let's create shared values. Let's create
Mhm.
shared values where we can work together, di ba? So,
That's true, Fads. I just want to add, I encountered this quote uh, over the weekend. As I was watching some documentaries regarding martial law, no, of course we would
mm,
have different opinions regarding this one, but I saw that specific quote and it hit me so hard. The quality of democracy is dependent on the quality of the people who defines that one. So
mhm.
we should really think about not just molding but inspiring the youth para sila yung magkaroon ng certain quality who would define what democracy, what true democracy is all about. Kasi
Mm.
kung I don't want to say the word, but I have kung pucho-pucho lang yung quality, edi pucho-pucho rin yung maging democracy.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm, totoo.
It's a good
I
that's a
think
good that's a good framework, diba?
Yeah.
Very good framework.
just like
Alyanna, you're quiet.
just like yung sinabi ni Robbie last time eh, yung itong specific app, 'di ba? Alam natin to na app, 888-1111 yung this app. 'Di ba kapag to make it simple, kapag bibili ka ng something, 'di ba? You don't just check the pictures. Hindi mo lang i-check yung mga litrato, yung you check the reviews, lahat. So, it's simple as that eh. Wag natin yung, kasi ngayon, Father, I mean, ngayon, parang, they would hate their own friend. Imagine, meron akong friends na would actually like, oh, really? Why do you like this guy? And then they literally put me away, and I was like, wow, like
Unfollowan.
yeah, like I experienced that noon. I experienced that noon, and I was like, I mean, I think that's one reason ata ngayon na matakot yung iba.
Mhm.
Matakot sila to voice out, matakot sila to stand kasi minsan yung iba matakot na to be alone.
Yeah.
You should stand for what's right, and if you think that's right, you search and search. I mean, ang bilis na ngayon, 'di ba? Everything's there. I mean, yeah, there's a lot for as long as you search and search. It's like books, libraries, and everything.
Yes.
It can really help you. It can really help you. And if you think that's right, and then you weigh yung anong sinabi nila, and then and you can actually communicate like, hey guys, you don't have to put me away dahil this is like what you guys are saying, di ba? Communication is the key lang talaga.
That,
As long as you to new like as long as you have you search, you learn a lot about this thing. I think if you want to stand on what's right, then go for it, di ba? So
yes.
Yeah.
And ang gandang analogy. Ay,
Hi,
yes,
ano lang,
Kobe.
will just say hi,
or
Israel from Chicago. The topic is about the youth, the voice of the youth, especially with regard to the coming elections.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Go
Aliana.
ahead.
Alright. This is just gonna be quick. Ayun nga, yung gaya ng sabi ni Chico, ang gandang analogy nun, yung pagdating nga, di ba tayo, kung metikuloso tayo sa mga bagay na binibili natin, dapat metikuloso din tayo sa mga pinipili natin, sa mga choices natin for our country, for our nation. I think it's as simple as that. If kaya natin i-apply sa mga personal material things natin, then it just takes an effort to also apply it to how we perform our responsibilities para sa bayan natin. Ayun.
Galing, galing. Yeah.
Kobie.
Andy?
Kuya Robbie, can I,
Sorry.
Anti raw, anti.
Sorry.
Kuya Robbie, can I ask something?
I was It's okay.
what do you
Kobe, you
what
can
do you
ask him.
what do you think we should keep in mind or before while preparing who to vote for, Kuya Robbie?
It depends eh. I stand with the Father Tito's sentiments na it doesn't, well, for me, it matters kung sino yung boboto mo as long as you make that informed decision. It depends with your values. So, if this person represents you, naniniwala ka sa values niya, sa plans niya, then who am I to tell you na hindi yan para sa ating lahat? And that is the beauty of democracy ultimately. That's why I just remember one thing na sinabi sa akin ni Makata. He was one of the finalists of Pilipinas Got Talent and I got to work with him like months ago. Dungisan na sorry. Daliri mo'y dungisan para kinabukasay hindi marumihan. Diba? And it speaks volumes na dapat when you vote, lalagyan ng indelible ink yan.
Yeah.
Madudumihan talaga
Yan
yung
ang
daliri
indelible
mo.
ink, yes.
And you do that para yung future mo, masiguro mo'y hindi maging marumi.
Yeah.
So, we have to be critical. That is one thing na dapat nating sabihin all the time, especially sa mga first-time voters. We have to be critical. Kasi kailangan natin gawa ng isang informed decision para ilagay yung mga taong gagawa ng informed decisions for us in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good image, ano? Ang ganda ng image. So, and I think, 'di ba, to add to yung sa yung sagot lang sa tanong ni Kobe. Ano 'yan 'di ba? Parang kumbaga naman sa religion. Para yang conscience, 'di ba? Yung konsensya. Alam nyo, and this is what I always tell people, 'di ba, na ang trabaho ng simbahan is to help people form a good moral conscience. Diba? Yun ang trabaho namin bilang mga pare, bilang simbahan. But not to dictate to that conscience. Diba? Kasi, remember, ang buong point ng conscience is freedom. The freedom to choose, the freedom to decide. Pero nga, di ba, ang pinaka-importanting trabaho ng simbahan is to form the conscience so that it can make a good decision. And part of forming the conscience is making it aware, di ba, of the values and the issues at hand, di ba? Para magkaroon ng informed decision yung conscience, di ba? Kasi the moment you impose, hindi na conscience yan eh. You stifle the freedom of the conscience, di ba? Because our freedom to choose lies in our conscience. Di ba nga meron niyang radical point pa na isang teacher ko sa theology sabi, even God did not ask us to surrender our conscience to Him. Otherwise, we surrender our freedom and our ability to love. So, di ba ganun ka-powerful yung freedom ng conscience? Di ba?
Wow,
Um,
that is so true.
The power
silence.
of looking.
I've got
And you have to sorry, I'm into the Squid Game right now. Fans, you have to
yeah.
watch that one. I'm telling you.
Love
Ano
that,
yan?
yeah.
Ano yan?
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yung
I
Squid
think
Game.
Ay, Squid Games ulit. Yeah, okay.
Watch
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to watch that one.
Such a
Promise
must
this week, I'm
watch.
gonna watch an episode. Promise.
Mabilis lang matapos in fads.
It's really
Sobra.
fast.
Yeah.
I have this analogy na yung ano yun yung parang isa sa mga signature na images doon yung doll. Yung doll na umiikot. Tinitingnan niya yung mga nangyayari.
Yeah.
And naisip ko lang, no, na we could be our very own red light, green light dolls. Na dahil nga, kasi di ba, that doll is scary. Super scary. Especially if it looks at you. And we should be that kind of doll as well. Na you have to be vigilant kung sino nga ba yung mga gagalaw at hindi gagalaw. Kasi ultimately, we have the power. We have the power to say, red light, green light, ay, hindi ka para sa akin, hindi ka uusad.
Yung pala yung red light, green light.
Yeah.
Yes.
Galing sa Squid
Yes.
Games.
Yes, may ganong game doon.
And yung
I
doll
mean,
yung center,
First game.
central
The
image
first
sa game.
Yes.
That is the first game. Fads,
First.
mamaya, ipahiram ko yung account ko, Fads.
Para maparuto talaga ni Fads. Kasi Fads, kailangan mo talaga.
Okay, sige, kasi siguro pag mapanood ko yan, never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. Oh.
never had
Teka
that
lang,
moment.
Fads! Oh my gosh!
Sabi ni Toby, end stream, end stream. Okay, final
Bilis
words.
ba?
Final
Kuya-
words from all the young
Kuya
people.
Robbie,
Robbie,
What's that?
final words kasi naman, paubos na naman yung isang oras natin. No?
Ang bilis ng
What?
isang oras.
Oo,
Kuya
so,
Robbie, would you-
yan. About registration and voting properly.
Kuya Robbie, would you ever consider running for office in the future?
Actually, may balita ngayon nga na nagulat ako eh. And I just want to share this one. One of my housemates from my edition is running, and I have to talk to him about that one. EJ Falcon is
Yeah.
running for vice governor. We have to. I need to talk to him regarding that one. But for me, parang hindi para sa akin yung politics na yan.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hindi sa akin. I could interview people who would want to run. Siyempre, coming from
Yeah.
I need to equip myself properly when I enter that battle. Pero Mayor Robi, Governor Robi, Senator Robi, not
President
for me.
Robbie.
Oh.
I can be a president of a fans club, but not that one.
Headline, Robbie
Okay.
Domingo, not into politics.
Diba? But maybe before this program ends, and I would love to thank FYE Fads for having me again. I have to apologize last week. Talagang mahirap pala magkaroon ng internet sa labas. in relation to voters registration and here in Pinoy Big Brother, malapit na matapos yung pag-submit ng Kumu clips, no? Sana magawa na yan before September 30. In PBB, we always say, ang teleserye ng totoong buhay. And then, ang isang basis doon yung pagpapakatotoo. Well, the lines are blurred na eh. Parang hirap magpakatotoo. It's always easy to say, ganito ako eh. Ganito ako eh. Kailangan mo kaya accept kasi ito yung buhay ko. More than ever, we should be more than true people. We should be more than authentic people. We should be people. Imbes na magpakatotoo, dapat tayo ay magpakatao. Kasi yun ang mas importante, lalong-lalo na sa panahon ngayon.
Yeah. Thank you. Nice.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank you. Wow, Robi.
Grabe. Something, ayan.
Grabe yung pa-ending. Grabe yung pa-ending.
And that's applied to, almost everything dito sa buhay natin. Di lang syempre sa loob ng bahay. And kung paano tayo mamumuhay dito sa mundong to. And I think it's very important na maalala natin yun. So maraming salamat kay Robbie for that one. Kailangan talaga tayong magpakatao. Ayan, lalo na nalalapit na ang national elections 2022. So it's our way of doing our part, syempre.
Formation. And yun yung gusto ko lang i-flex, yun yung hinahammer namin palagi nung headmaster namin ng grade school ako. Tago natin sa pangalang Principal Father Tito Kaluwag. We should not just be men for others, but we should be men and women for and with others.
With others. Thank you.
Ad Mayorem Dei Gloriam.
So Rob, we hope to have you again, kasi siyempre pagdating na ng election, we need to discuss issues, diba? Issues. And hopefully by the time our Kami Na Po movement will define some issues already of the youth. We're looking forward to that. No? So guys, you want to thank Robi? Ako nagpasalamat na ako kay Robi, and Robi keep
Salamat Kuya Robi.
Thank
Coming
you
on the show today.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Yes, for all the words, Kuya Robbie. Ayan,
All the words
maraming
of wisdom.
Yes, marami ako natutunan at for sure makasama
birthday,
natin
Robbie.
natuto rin sila as well. And malapit
thank
na rin ang
you.
birthday ni Kuya Robbie.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
So happy
I turned-
birthday po.
I turn 23 tomorrow. So,
Grabe naman.
liar
Rob,
talaga.
happy birthday! Rob, di ba nung nag-launch tayo, di ba birthday mo yun? Your show? When we had show? When was that? Nung nag-mission tayo?
Yes. Before the launch. The launching of Game Ka Na Ba? Tama.
Birthday mo rin noon, di ba? Remember?
Birthday.
Diba?
1 year na, Fads.
1 year.
Oo nga, the
Hindi
birthday.
na game pala.
Yes! Game ako dyan. Game Ka Na Ba?
Let's message each other, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Rob.
Salamat
Thank
Kuya Robi. Thank you Ate Alyanna.
Salamat po. Salamat sa inyong
One
lahat.
more joke. Tama na.
Game! Sige!
Game.
Let's go,
Game
Pads!
ka na ba?
Let's go!
Huwag na, baka maubusan eh. Reserve ko na lang for next week.
Ayan na, pati dito, Fads, may baon ka ng joke, ha? So, 2 jokes every Sundays. Isa sa kumustahan. Isa dito.
Ulit-ulit ko lang yun, bro. Ano pa eh. Yung Wonder Teacher. Yung Wonder Teacher to kumustahan to with the youth.
Oo nga, DZMM ka pa, Fads. Ang dami mong time, Fads.
Just how much care time in the world. Alright, text tayo
Alright.
about the mass.
Yep, definitely. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, Kobie. And good to see you again, Chico and Kuya Robbie. And of course,
Nice.
Fads. Thank
See
you,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.
Everybody, thanks for joining us. See you next week.
Happy Sunday.
And guess